Pahlavi text translated by E.W. West, Part 4. Contents of the Nasks. Clarendon, Oxford University Press, 1892. Sakadum Nask, Dean Card, Book 8, Chapter 38, verses 1 and 2, refer to passages, one of which may possibly have contained the statement thus quoted in Shayast the Shayast. Chapter 12, verse 2, it says in the Sakadum that no one of them that is an inattentive man who has no high priest attains to the best existence, not though his recitation should be so much that it has made his duty and good works, as much as the verdure of the plants when it shoots forth in spring, the verdure which is given abundantly by Ahurmazd. Dean Card, Book 8, Chapter 38, verse 3, refers to a passage which is thus quoted in Shayast, the Shayast, Chapter 10, verse 25. When an action or an opinion comes forward and one does not know whether it be a sin or a good work, when possible it is to be abandoned and not carried out by him. As it says in the Sakadum that Zarathustra has not provided about anything whatever as regards everything, but 3 times it has been done by Zarathustra about this duty, that is, so that the Avesta and Zond, when made quite easy by any one, are for recitation, but are not to be mumbled, for in mumbling the portions of the Ahuna Ba'ir are more chattering. Dean Card, Book 8, Chapter 38, verse 6, refers to the passage thus mentioned in Shayas to Shayas, Chapter 12, verse 12, when a child is born during 3 days for protection from demons, wizards, and witches. A fire is to be made at night until daylight, and is to be maintained there by day, and pure incense is to be put upon it, as is revealed in the 13th of the Sakadum. Dean Card, Book 8, Chapters 38, verse 13, and 41, verse 19, refer to passages which seem both to be partially quoted in Bar Oim, page 38, chapter 2, verse 4 to 10, thus, the period is eagerly proclaimed in another place, as it says in the Sakadum thus, Thrip ithwo ze aste atars ahurahe mazda'u hama bip ithwo ewe game atha naro ashavano, for thrice supplied is the fire of Ahurmazd in summer, twice in winter. So is the righteous man, whoever has become a depriver of food, a tapdad 4 times, which are successive, should be in doubtfulness as to unrestricted, a bond, maintenance, vikith remkid, without any publicity, as much as it is possible to see, being the original minimum of any other. Dean Card, Chapter 8, Book 8, Chapter 35, Book 8, Chapter 38, verse 33, refers to the passage which contained the statements thus quoted in Epistle 1, Chapter 8, verses 1 and 7. It is decreed in the Sakadum that the consecrated bull's urine, when it becomes fetid, is to be stirred up, and they should not carry it forth so to the fire, so that the stench extends to the fire, because that stench extends to the fire on account of the moisture, and through carrying bodily refuse over and forth to the fire, it overwhelms it, and that which the Sakadum has declared is specially that one of the high priests has individually said, that stench is mentioned with reference to the occasion when a stench reaches it, of a different kind from that which exists naturally in it. Deancard, Book 8, Chapter 43, verse 33, refers to the passage which contained the statements thus mentioned in Shayast Lashayast, Chapter 12, verse 10, and 13, verse 30. In the 22 sections of the Sakadum, grievous things are shown about those who do not make offerings unto the sacred beings, and again, while those 19 stanzas of Yasna 46 are our offering, which it says in the Sakadum, should be my own. The strength and power of the sacred beings shall become more considerable, and the destroyer more perishable. And at the very least, offer your hymns, right? Because if you pathwork by going over scripture, you're going to mention the categories that the sacred beings are over. And certain ways of disposing or treating things may be best for that process, but you have to regard what else is part of things. And I saw, I commented on something, and somebody's like, well, if a scripture says that, that things are going to be explained in the messenger and refers to the sciences, and that the messenger, so the inspired teachings, the philosophy and science that we're called to use. So in a way, the scripture of each age would have given the guidance for everything. Just because it didn't list out, well, what's the distance between this thing and this thing, or, how do you cook, what seasoning goes best with such and such other food,